What is happening, gang? Back at you guys with another one. It's gonna be a quick one today. It's been a minute, and I want to try to be consistent with these videos. I have not dialed in the past month or so, but the plan now is to come back strong. I want to put 10K in the bank account, but I want to go over some reasons why insurance agents struggle, because I'm feeling these things myself, and so I want to go over it. Obviously, the failure rate in the insurance industry is insanely high, and one of the reasons why it's really high is for a few reasons, right? Number one, I think one of the biggest things, one of the most important things to do if you're a new agent, is to find if I would have done this myself if I would have known, find a team, a upline, a IMO, a group that already has the right systems put in place for you to do telesales. Because telesales is still a relatively new thing, even though a lot of insurance agents are starting to do it. Not a lot of agents have found the right systems to put in place, right? Some people are, if you join a group, you might find some of them are using different CRMs. They're all using different lead gen systems. You got to find a team where everything is already kind of put in place, and you can just kind of get on there, plug into the system, and go. That's a really, really important thing. And I see there are some teams out there that are doing it really, really well. For me, it took a minute to kind of figure it out. I feel like I have a good one now. Like, I have a really good lead gen system that's working, like generating nice low-cost leads for me that are reliable, and I know where they come from. And then the other thing is using a dial system, right? For me, I'm actually getting onto a multiple dialer system where it'll call multiple people at the same time and hang up on the ones that don't answer. And if somebody answers, it'll hang up on all the other ones. But it just makes you really, really, really efficient. So you have to have these systems put in place, and you should join a team that already has that so that you can figure it out, so that you can learn from them instead of going to try to figure it out on your own, which takes a lot longer. The other thing for me is finding a team to dial with. For me, what? Yeah. For me, I'm going to try to find a local team. I found a group, actually. I found a local team that I'm going to dial with. But whether it be Zoom rooms or a team of people near you, you need to dial with other people, because it's very, very hard to go far when you're just going alone. It's too hard to be consistent, right? I've had up days, I've had down days, but I feel like just to generate consistent income and to make this thing worthwhile and to make the insurance sales work, you just have to be consistent. Just consistent. It's better to have a bunch of consistent mediocre days than high days and low days that are not consistent. So find a good group to dial with. The other thing for me, I guess number two, is to empty the bank account, right? Use an empty bank account as motivation. I've found for me that having a flush bank account is a really bad thing. When I don't have pain, it's tough, right? So I would suggest open a separate bank account and keep the number really low. Keep it at close to zero, right? And when it builds up, transfer that money out into a separate bank account, and just keep the bank account that you're looking at low, because use that as a motivation. At least for me, that's what's working, right? When I have a flush bank account, it sucks. I don't feel motivated. It's kind of like golden handcuffs. I just can't work as hard. Number three, the other thing, find an enemy. Recently, a couple of weeks ago, I had basically a rich dude in my neighborhood make me feel bad about myself. He's a business owner. He's buying properties and land, and anyway, he made me feel like crap. Made me feel like real small. Made me feel real small, just because I don't make as much money as him. And it freaking lit a fire under my ass. It's motivating. It's really, really motivating. And I found that using rage and using fear and pain as motivation, for me at least, is way more effective than using vision boards and using things that I want to work towards. For some reason, that just doesn't motivate me as well. So find out what motivates you. For a lot of people, at least for myself, it's pain. Pain motivates me enormously. So find an enemy and try to use that as motivation. All right, kind of other points that I want to talk about. I found that I get a lot more cancellations when I sell products that are more expensive. It's just the thing that happens. And so when you're selling products, especially over the phone, make sure you put the client in the best position and find something that ideally is the lowest cost. That's just from what I've seen, the higher cost products tend to get replaced. So going forward, I'm going to be doing that. The other thing is tracking my time. I'm going to try a new thing going forward where I'm going to clock in and clock out every time I'm dialing. Because especially if you're doing this as a side hustle, it's really, really, really easy to waste time. And if you're doing it on the phone. But if you can clock in and clock out every time you're actually talking to someone, every time you're actually doing the activities that are making money, you can see how many hours a week you're actually working. So I'm going to do that and track my time by clocking in and clocking out. And then the other thing is I'm going to continue using what I think is game-changing is a point system. I know, a point system. So it's 1 point for every dial, 66 points for every presentation, and 10 points for every set appointment. And the goal is to hit 2,000 points a week. So using the point system to track things, that's how I'm going to track the activity. But guys, I'm going to do start doing a day in the life videos, because I need that to kind of hold myself accountable. But yes, the goal this week, I have a 1 week vacation coming up in a few days, and then I'm going to dial the rest of the month like crazy, and I'm going to see if I can't put 10K in the bank. All right, guys, if you have any questions, as always, please let me know. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.
I don't gotta talk, the Lord defends me. I watched them all fall for going against me. Cause me and all my